Welcome to Trendverse by Uzma Amin, your destination for the latest trends in AI, online earning, blogging, finance, technology, and future skills. If you want to stay ahead, learn smarter, and grow faster in the digital world, you're in the right place. Subscribe to join our growing community. Like and share to support valuable content. Turn on notifications so you never miss what's next. Let's learn, earn, and grow together.
Right now, as we speak, one of the biggest shifts in technology is happening, and it's all about these things called AI agents. And a lot of people, the real experts, they believe these agents are about to completely change how we use our devices, maybe even get rid of the apps we use every single day.
To really wrap your head around this, just try a little thought experiment with me. Imagine you pick up your phone, right? But when you look at the screen, there's nothing. No colorful icons, no folders, just no apps. How would you do anything? It sounds crazy, maybe like your phone's broken. But honestly, this might be a lot closer to our future than you think. Okay, so before we jump into the future, let's just get real about where we are right now. Our entire digital life is built on these little islands of single-purpose apps. I mean, think about it. You've got an app for your food, a totally separate app for a ride, another one for flights, another for hotels, a different, separate tool for pretty much every single thing you want to do. Let's just take planning a trip. It's a classic example. You open up your travel app, you search for your flights. Then you close that. You open up the hotel app and you search for rooms. Then you're bouncing back and forth. Maybe you've got a map open in another window. You're trying to manually compare all the prices and the dates and locations. It's just a total mess of taps and windows. I mean, yeah, it works, but man, is it clumsy. And that's because you're the one doing all the hard work of connecting the dots. That's what we've become. We're like digital jugglers. We're constantly switching between all these different tools and contexts just to get one single thing done. The entire headache of making these separate services work together, yeah, that falls completely on us. And that right there, that is the exact problem that AI agents are built to solve. This is a whole new way of thinking. We're going from you having to do all the work inside of different apps to you just saying what you want and having one smart assistant handle, well, everything. So what even is an AI agent? Well, to put it simply, it's a piece of software that doesn't just hear your command, it actually understands what you're trying to do, your goal. And then it can plan and carry out a whole bunch of complex steps across different services to make that goal happen, all by itself, without you having to micromanage every little thing. This chart really just nails the difference. With the apps we use now, you do the work. You're the one manually clicking around. With an agent, it does the work for you, kind of behind the curtain. We're going from tools that can only do one little thing to a coordinator that can juggle a ton of tasks at once. It's a complete flip from manual navigation to automated action. So let's go back to that chaotic trip planning. Instead of all those taps and swipes, imagine just saying this one sentence. That's it. The agent gets the entire goal. It doesn't just look for flights, it knows you also need a hotel, and that the hotel should probably be near the airport. It would then go out and talk to all those systems, the airline websites, the hotel bookers, the map services, the review sites, and it would come back to you with a finished plan, not just a list of links, a fully booked trip. And this is why that digital worker analogy is just so perfect. Right now, with apps, you're the operator of a dozen different simple machines. With an agent, you become the manager of one super capable employee. You don't tell it how to do the job, you just tell it what the job is. It figures out all the messy details that we used to have to handle ourselves. But look, a change this massive isn't just about convenience. When you unleash a whole new workforce of digital employees, you're not just changing an interface. You're getting ready to totally reshape the entire digital economy. And the ripples from that are going to be huge. And make no mistake, this is not some far-off science fiction fantasy. The biggest tech companies in the world are pouring billions of dollars, with a B, into building these systems right now. They see this as the next great battleground in tech, and the race is definitely on. And this brings up a huge looming question. If we don't need to open individual apps anymore, what on earth happens to the app economy? I mean, what about the millions of developers who make a living building and supporting all those apps? If agents become the front door to the internet, that whole business model could just evaporate. That's exactly why you hear people calling this the biggest shift in computing since the smartphone itself. Think about it. The smartphone put a million apps in our pockets. AI agents might just be the thing that makes them obsolete.
Of course, a revolution this deep isn't all upside. With this much power comes a whole lot of risk, and it brings up some really serious questions that we have to start thinking about right now. Okay, so we already talked about the app economy. But what about when things go wrong? If an agent messes up and books the wrong flight, who's on the hook for that? And for an agent to do its job, it needs deep access to your life, your email, your calendar, maybe even your bank account. How do we make absolutely sure that our personal data is safe and our privacy is protected?
When you really boil it all down, it feels like it comes down to this one central trade-off. On one side, you have this promise of incredible, almost magical convenience, and on the other side, you have control. What's the real price of that convenience? And how much control over our data, our choices, and our own digital lives are we really willing to give up to get it?
Which leaves us right here with this one massive final question. Are these AI agents going to completely replace apps, creating that empty phone screen we imagined at the beginning? Or will they just become another powerful tool that we use alongside the apps we already know? Right now, nobody knows for sure. The future of that screen in your pocket is still being written.